Imagine the audacity of elderly men, not in their prime, yet daring enough to pull off one of the greatest heists in modern history. It's a story that seems almost too astonishing to believe, yet it's true. These were no ordinary septuagenarians. They were experienced thieves, hardened by a lifetime of crime, who in the twilight of their lives, decided to orchestrate a heist of epic proportions. Their audacity was rooted not just in their advanced age but also in the sheer scale of their plan. This was no opportunistic snatch and grab. It was a meticulously planned and executed operation that would make even the most seasoned criminals green with envy. The target? An underground safe deposit facility in Hatton Garden, London, which held the wealth and treasures of countless individuals. The bounty was rumored to be in the region of £14 million, a staggering sum that would make it one of the most audacious heists in modern history. Yet, for all their audacity, it was the meticulous planning that truly set this heist apart. It was a plan that involved entering through a lift shaft and drilling through thick vault walls. It was a plan that took advantage of the Easter bank holiday weekend, a time when the facility would be deserted and the city would be distracted. These elderly men with their gray hair and walking sticks may not have looked like much, but they were master criminals, their minds as sharp as ever. Their age was not a hindrance but, in fact, an asset. It allowed them to fly under the radar, to be overlooked and underestimated. But make no mistake, these were not feeble old men. They were audacious, they were daring, and they were ruthless. The audacity of these men was only matched by their precision, which was instrumental in the execution of this daring burglary. The planning of this heist was as meticulous as it was audacious. In the grand scheme of things, the Hatton Garden heist was no haphazard job. It was the product of calculated and strategic planning. The location, the timing, the method of entry, each component was meticulously considered, each element a piece of a larger puzzle that, when put together, formed their audacious plan. So, let's delve into the foundation of this daring heist. The location was the Hatton Garden Safe Deposit Facility, an underground vault teeming with riches. It was not a random choice. The thieves knew the ins and outs of the place, the security measures in place, and most importantly, the potential loot it held. Choosing this location was a gamble, a high-stakes game where the odds were stacked against them. But they were willing to play. The timing of the heist was another critical component. The Easter bank holiday weekend provided the perfect cover. A long weekend where the bustling streets of London would be quiet, the vaults left unattended. It was an opportunity they couldn't pass up. A window of time that would allow them to execute their plan undisturbed. But even with the perfect location and timing, the actual execution was a feat in itself. The method of entry was through the lift shaft. Not the most conventional route, but one that provided them with a direct and discreet path to their target. This was not a simple smash and grab. This was a surgical operation requiring precision and patience. And then, there was the vault, a formidable barrier standing between them and their prize. But these were not ordinary thieves. They were experienced. They were prepared. Armed with industrial drills, they bore through the thick vault walls, a task that required both physical strength and technical know-how. So you see, the planning of this heist was not just about audacity. It was about meticulous preparation, strategic thinking, and a deep understanding of their craft. It was about turning the impossible into the possible. Their meticulous planning was the foundation for the audacious execution that was to follow. As audacious and precise as their planning was, it was their execution that truly set them apart. The Easter bank holiday weekend in April 2015 was chosen as the perfect window of opportunity. The bustling streets of Hatton Garden, London were quieter, and most importantly, the underground safe deposit facility was closed. The group of 6 elderly experienced thieves seized this moment, slipping into the shadows to carry out their meticulously planned heist. They didn't storm the bank with guns blazing. No, this was a job for subtlety and stealth, not brute force. They entered the building through a lift shaft, an unconventional entrance that allowed them to bypass the security systems unnoticed. Once inside, they faced their biggest obstacle, the thick vault walls guarding the treasures within. But they were prepared. They brought with them a heavy-duty drill, capable of piercing through the formidable walls. Working tirelessly, they drilled their way through, gaining access to the safe deposit boxes and their treasures. The bounty they found was beyond their wildest dreams, up to £14 million in valuables just waiting to be taken. Despite the enormity of their theft, They managed to leave the scene just as quietly as they had entered. They didn't rush, they didn't panic. They simply gathered their illicit gains and slipped back into the quiet Easter weekend, leaving no trace of their presence. Their execution was flawless, their audacity breathtaking. They had taken on one of London's most secure vaults and walked away with a fortune. It was a daring burglary that would go down in history, not for the violence or chaos, but for the sheer precision and audacity of the elderly perpetrators. The audacity of their execution was only surpassed by the aftermath of their daring burglary. The aftermath of the heist was as dramatic as the heist itself. In the wake of the audacious Hatton Garden burglary, the flying squad of the Metropolitan Police was called into action. This elite investigative unit, renowned for its expertise in tackling serious crime, began the arduous task of piecing together the puzzle of this extraordinary heist. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that this was no ordinary burglary. The meticulous planning, the audacity of the perpetrators, and the sheer scale of the theft set it apart as a crime of a different order. The flying squad dug deep, following every lead, analyzing every piece of evidence, and slowly but surely, they began to close the net on the culprits. The breakthrough came when several arrests were made. 6 elderly, experienced thieves were brought to justice. Among them was the alleged ringleader, Brian Reeder, a man of 76, who received a sentence of 6 years and 3 months in prison. The other thieves were handed down similar sentences, their years of criminal expertise rewarded with years behind bars. But the fallout from the heist didn't end with the prison sentences. Confiscation rulings were enacted, requiring the perpetrators to pay back substantial sums of money or face extended prison terms. Of the estimated £14 million stolen, only £4.3 million was recovered. The rest remained a mystery, hidden away perhaps in some other secret vault. The impact on the perpetrators was profound. Their audacious heist had netted them millions, but in the end, it cost them their freedom. The price of their daring burglary was paid in years spent in a prison cell, a stark reminder of the high-stakes game they had chosen to play. The audacity and precision of these elderly perpetrators during this daring burglary has left an indelible mark on the annals of crime. The legacy of the Hatton Garden heist is as audacious as the heist itself. This audacious act of thievery, orchestrated by a group of elderly men, has left an indelible mark on popular culture. The story, with its unique blend of audacity and meticulous planning, has captivated the public's imagination, and the media hasn't been shy about capitalizing on this fascination. Numerous adaptations have been created, with filmmakers, playwrights, and authors all offering their own spin on this intriguing tale. These adaptations have ranged from hard-hitting dramas to light-hearted comedies, each reflecting a different aspect of this multifaceted event. But the legacy of the Hatton Garden heist extends beyond the realm of media and entertainment. It has also had an unexpected impact on the local economy. In a twist of irony, the heist reportedly boosted business for some local jewelers. The heightened media attention drew crowds to Hatton Garden, transforming it into a tourist hotspot. Local jewelers capitalized on this influx of visitors, leading to a boost in their business. The heist's impact was also felt in the realm of crime prevention. The audacity of the elderly perpetrators and their meticulous planning challenged the conventional wisdom about crime and criminals. It sparked a re-evaluation of security measures, leading to the implementation of more robust and sophisticated systems. The heist served as a stark reminder that crime can come from the most unexpected quarters, and that vigilance is key in preventing such incidents. The legacy of the Hatton Garden heist is multifaceted. It is a tale of audacity and daring, a story of meticulous planning and execution, and a lesson in vigilance and security. It has left a mark on popular culture, the local economy, and crime prevention measures. The audacity and precision of the elderly perpetrators during the daring Hatton Garden heist will forever be remembered in the annals of criminal history.